streaming right now, so that if you miss something, you can come back to it. And yeah, so the color piece is actually one of the easier things that we need to do. Let me just make this wider. The first thing that I would like to point out, I went and I'm going to actually put this on a different line. When I put these on different lines, it doesn't affect the web page because web pages ignore the white space. It's just so I see a little more. So I added a piece to all of these, and it's on key up. And I did that at the end of class last time, or right after class was over. And what was nice about that is when you type, it puts the number in as you type. So you want to have an on key up and an on change for each of the input types. And they both call the same function. Oops. This should be big here. So on key up and on change do the same thing. But now when you type, you get to see the other things get updated rather than having to tab out of the box. So that's the first piece, is this on key up thing. Second piece is we're going to need something called color, because we want to do a color box as well. And color is going to have a div tag, and that div tag is going to have an ID. We'll call it color. The reason why we're doing a div tag rather than an input is we're not going to allow input of color here. We're only going to have a box of what the color looks like. It'd be nice to be able to click on the box and have a color palette show up. That's more work than we have time for today. So we're just going to have the color change when you put in different values to match the value. So we have a div box, and that div box is invisible right now. So we're going to make that div box visible. And we're going to do that in the style page. So the things we've changed is on key up, and we added a color with a div tag. When you click on style, we're going to say pound color. We use the pound symbol because color is an ID, and IDs start with pound in the CSS. We're going to give it a width, a height, and a background color, so we can see it. I don't think I posted the YouTube link here, just if you want it. If you're following in real time, the YouTube link is better, more for rewinding. So the next thing that we want to do is when you change any of the decimal boxes, you want the color to change. Decimal, binary, hexadecimal. And you want it to equal whatever the hex value is. So we're going to go into script. And we're going to add another document. Get element by ID. And this element was called color. Now this is not an input box, so we're not looking at its value. We're looking at its style page, because we do have style for this. And we're going to look at its background color. And right off the bat, we can just say red or something, just to test if this works. So when the ASCII changes, the color box should turn to red, which it does. Great. Okay, so we know that it's connected properly. JavaScript understands hex colors by putting a pound sign and then the hex value. And so if we just do pound hex, since we're getting a hex value here, that will change this to whatever the hex value is. We're going to do that for all of the boxes. So in desk changed, I'm going to do it again. This one, yep, same. Down here. Now this one we called the hex value hex 2. So we'll just change this to hex 2. And then hex 3 for the last one. And we're just matching whatever values we've got. Does this one have a hex? Oh, this one's TXT3, sorry. So we just have to match the values of what the hex is. And then if you come over here and you type like FF00FF, we get purple. Red, a lot of red, no blue, no green, a lot of blue. And it's like a pale purple because it's a light shining through. If you want to change it, you can change it to 05, 05, 05. That would be a really dark color, almost black. 10 AA F3. It's just a shade of blue because that's what that blue would equal. Remember, computers only look at the binary because they've got billions of little tiny binary switches in them. So this color is this in binary for a computer. This symbol in ASCII is this in binary. This decimal number is this in binary. And then what we do is ultimately, and something you'll learn eventually, is you have to tell the color, what is this binary data? Is it a number? Is it a color? Is it a movie? Is it a piece of something? But that's down the road. And it's not any harder than the stuff we've been doing now. It's just more. But now we have a little color picker, so you can pick whatever F0, F0, F0. That's kind of a gray. I guess if we do 909090, you can see that it's a gray. It's also some Chinese character. It's also the digit 9,474,192. And so we've got this little thing. The last thing that I'm going to add is just a little bit of guidance after the color swatch. Just going to put another div. This is a good place to write your code. With images and hyperlinks. You don't have to put all of your stuff in this div tag. You definitely can get creative. I'll appreciate creativity. But if you are not feeling it, this is a good place where you can put your own code. And remember, you have to have, I can actually, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open up the code a little wider so it's on the stream. So you can see the stream stuff that I have. I really hope that you do not have the same exact color patterns and fonts and that I have, that yours are a little different. Yeah, this is